Welcome to Under the Surface, your monthly inside look at the Perth Lynx, giving fans unrivaled access to the people and stories behind the team. Coming up, we shine a light on the Empower Her initiative,
and then we have awesome times like this where they're working on court with the girls.
Catch up with Ryan Petrick for his take on the season ahead.
If they're not motivated by that, I don't know what would motivate them.
And meet new Lynx recruit Keegan Graham in full court press. Chiva and I travelled to the Pilbara for the Festival of Basketball, where hundreds of kids came together across the region. The Wildcats and Lynx joined forces to deliver high-energy clinics and skills sessions, reaching communities in Karratha, Roebourne, Panawanika, Tom Price and Paraburdoo, bringing elite basketball to regional WA.
The highlights for me have just been meeting all the different kids and just getting to see, all people in different journeys of life. I've met different families living out here, a lot of FIFO, a lot of kids from rural communities, and just hearing about their life experiences and getting to meet them has been incredible, and seeing how passionate they are about basketball all the way up here.
I love kind of everything about these clinics that we run, the getting out in the community, meeting lots of kids, seeing the passion and the excitement when they get to interact with us and learn off us, and just teaching them anything I can and giving back, because that was once me as those little kids at the camps, like looking up to the players coming in and just trying to learn as much as I can.
I know up here especially there's not always the opportunities, but there's so many incredibly gifted athletes in the country, and I just would love for one of them to get the opportunities that I've had. It's just been so amazing.
The coaches had their first win today.
A standout moment that I would have had with one of the kids so far is just saying that they've watched all the games and that they knew who I was, and it was one of the most exciting parts of this day.
You play a lot of basketball?
Yeah.
Is your favourite sport?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What do you enjoy about basketball the most?
I think it's just the getting to know new people when you're playing and playing with, and kind of just learning off each other and getting new coaches, building friendships and bonds that last a lifetime and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What was your favourite moment from the camp and the clinics today?
Probably the red light, green light, the games. Games are definitely my favourite.
Yeah. How'd you do personally in that one?
I did really well until I got psyched out of it. I went when it was actually red light, not green light.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in you can't be what you can't see, so just to be kind of that role model and interact with the kids and show them that I was once in your shoes and now I'm here, so you can achieve your dreams and whatever you put your mind to.
If you would have told the 9-year-old me that was coming to clinics that I would be the one out here coaching one day or influencing these kids, hopefully positively, I would be stoked, and I still am. Just to be able to have the opportunity to have the impact on someone's life that my role models before me have had on me, I think is just incredible and something that I'm so grateful for.
I don't think we would have been able to do this. We wouldn't have been able to do this without a company like Rio supporting us, and they give us huge opportunities to come up to the Pilbara and meet all these kids, and it's been an awesome few days for me, and just to be able to have this opportunity wouldn't be possible without big companies supporting us and driving it.
My message for the kids taking part in these clinics would be to just give it your all, take as much feedback you can out, and just have as much fun as you can.
For me, my journey was a lot slower than a lot of other girls my age. I kind of always tell people, it sounds cliche, but run your own race.
Yeah.
In terms of just I was a very late bloomer compared to some girls in my age group, and I was always good growing up, but wasn't as good. And then it wasn't until I went to college and came back and then really kind of started to flourish over there, and in my 20s, early 20s kind of thing, started to hit my groove in basketball. So yeah. I mean, don't give up.
Yeah, that's definitely something to take on.
That's a wrap.
My name is Ali Wilson. I wear number 5 and I'm a point guard. 3 for sure. Cannot dunk.
You can't dunk?
No. Maybe my younger days. A bit too old for that now. Beach for sure. Early bird. I'm not a song, but yeah, anything Chris Brown really. Favourite snack? Ooh. I like LCM bars. Hard one. I have 2 cats, so I have to say cats, but I do like dogs as well. Coffee for sure. Remember the Titans. My first job, I worked in a bank as a bank teller.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a school-based like traineeship. So yeah, I did a Cert 3 in business. So I did my cert, and then my one day of work was working at the bank. I support the Essendon Bombers in the AFL. They haven't been very good lately though, so that's sort of not a great answer. Layup. Crossover. King of Queens is my all-time favourite TV show. I just read Katrina Gorry's biography, who's in the Matildas. So I love reading biographies, specifically sports people as well, because I can relate to it a little bit better. But yeah, I'm a big reader, I'll read anything. I live in Scarborough, so Scarborough Beach is a good one, but also there's like this little pool area. It's like further north, and it's called like Medham's Pool, which is really cool and quite like secluded. I've never played tennis before in my life, but I feel like I'd like to be a tennis player. If I could go back in time and pick up a racket when I was 5 years old, I'd like to play tennis. I like watching it, but I'm not good at it, but just never played. Anything fatty, love a good burger. I like pizza. Any takeaway spot really. Chocolate, easy. Probably that little sookie face emoji that's like...
Off the court, we explore Perth Lynx Empower Her. Programs and initiatives like Basketball WA's Empower Her all-female scholarship programs, helping young women grow their skills, confidence and leadership, both on and off the court.
Basketball is something that I started playing when I was about 11 years old, and I've just always loved it and want to continue playing when I'm older.
I never really had a choice. Mum and Dad always loved basketball, so I always kind of just followed them, and I've loved it ever since.
The Empower Her program is a 6-month program currently targeting girls 15 to 18 in the Metro and Midwest regions. It's all about growing and building their confidence and leadership both on and off the court, and as well highlighting alternative pathways to stay involved in basketball, not just playing. So we touch on refereeing, coaching, event management and the likes.
My career dream is definitely get in the WNBL and play NBL 1 for my basketball club Suns and play for the Lynx as well.
I think these sort of programs are so important for women to feel confident and empowered in sport. A lot of young women and girls drop out of sport at young ages, and I think it's so important to show these young girls that there's fun and enjoyment and excitement to be had playing sport, being active and being social.
So we came in and we got to watch them train and watch Ryan and Coops training all the Lynx girls, and then we got to go on court with Chibba and Ali Wilson, and that was pretty cool.
You two have to hit the ball together, dribble to the elbow, and finish on the opposite side of the basket.
I mean, this is only our 2nd time running it, so we've only worked with the Lynx twice now, but we have our wrap-up day and we come and observe their training. All the players are there, Coach Ryan is there, and we're just observing from a distance. I think it's a really good opportunity for the girls to witness kind of firsthand how a WNBL team gets to train in the environment of being a professional athlete. And then we have awesome times like this where they're working on court with the girls, so I think that's really cool too.
First person to, we'll go 3. Are you ready?
So for me, it's very humbling, but sometimes it feels a bit surreal because I was them, and now I play professionally, but I understand where they are and kind of the context surrounding it because I've been them. So I think that's an important little connection. I went to the United States to play college basketball, and I encountered a really nasty coach, and I lost a lot of confidence, and yeah, it affected everything about my life, not just basketball.
From my perspective, mentoring is extremely important as you continue to grow and develop and go through your journey. We want to make sure that all of these participants get great access to mentors who have lived experience and know what works and what doesn't work, and so providing mentors that can have one-on-one discussions and focuses with our participants is extremely important.
We do a panel afterwards as well, and we have a Q&A session with some of the players, and they really break it down in the sense that they were once like these Empower Her girls, you know, they've been through domestic, wobble, state league, things like that. So I think it's really important that it is a really achievable thing, and you know, the success that women's basketball is having, not just in Australia but globally, is making it really, really exciting for the girls.
Now it's full court press, and today we sit down with new recruit Tegan Graham.
My name's Tegan Graham, I'm number 10 and I'm a guard. I'm from Wellington, New Zealand, the capital city. It's a great place, yeah. This is my first year in the WNBL. I've played one season in New Zealand for the professional league there. I've also played in Sweden for 1 year and in Germany for another. I started playing basketball when I was about 5 years old. My family is a big basketball family. My dad, he's American, grew up playing, both my brothers played. And so yeah, it was kind of just part of my family culture, I guess. Being from New Zealand, it's really interesting. There's a pretty brand new professional women's basketball league now. It's been going, I think, about 3 years. But growing up, the only professional athletes I knew were netball players. So for me, my idols were, you know, women that were around me. In high school, my idol was Stella Beck. She's actually played in the WNBL, but yeah, she was 2 years older than me, or 3 years older than me. She was at another high school in Wellington, and she ended up going to college as well. So I kind of, yeah, I wanted to be her. I would say my playing style, I shoot a lot of threes, I'm really loud and chatty on the court, and I like to bring a lot of energy and enthusiasm. So my overall style, I would say, would be a lot of energy and a few threes. It sounds really cliche and cheesy to say, but I think being a great teammate is also the reason that I'm in the position I am today. So yeah, so just encouraging and uplifting and empowering, you know, you want other people to be better when you're playing with them. So I think that's something that I can bring. My biggest lesson, I think I have two. The first is that there's no real timeline. I think a lot of people in life, but this, you know, also applies to professional athletes, have some sort of timeline where you have to make this by this age and you have to do this by this age. And that's just not true. Like, I'm 28 and I'm a rookie in the WNBL, you know? So I think timelines are a little out of whack. And then the other one that's really important to me personally is I've learned a lot about confidence playing basketball, being a professional athlete especially. And I think confidence is much harder to grow than it is to extinguish. So putting a lot of time and effort and focus on making sure that your confidence is growing and enduring is really, really important in any sphere, but especially in a career where you have to back yourself. I love to travel and I love to eat. Those are probably I would say actually eating first, traveling second. I love food and I love to explore. So I took a year out between college and university. I took a year out between university and my professional career, and I went backpacking for a year. So my family's really, really big into travel. My parents met traveling, had my older brother in Africa. So we have a lot of travel blood. Oh, and this is niche, and I'm gonna out my brothers like crazy. I have two 6'5" brothers, and neither of them can dunk, and they both play basketball. So, losers.
It's time to catch up with Ryan Petrick as he breaks down the season ahead and what's driving the Lynx in WNBL 26.
Interesting, just because we've got so many not on court yet. Just trying to finalise that kind of thing, trying to finalise the roster balance itself, and then get everyone healthy and get them on board with how we're going to play this season. So it's been a bit messy. But again, we're not trying to win the championship in October, we're trying to win it in March. So annoying for October, but it is what it is. It's probably been a bit different this year that we've had to travel and play pre-season games. So far all their metrics are really low in terms of the heart rates and the training volume. Just because they haven't had training volume, they've had game volume. So we're probably a bit behind where we would normally be at this point compared to previous years. But we've played 4 pre-season games. The one beauty of playing the pre-season game so early in pre-season is that, and something we're always pretty keen on, is getting an early road trip in. Just because you lock them in a room and you lock them in a Qantas lounge and then you lock them in a plane together. We obviously had some pre-season games a couple of years ago and we brought Adelaide over here, which is great and it was good to play games. But we would turn up, play the game, kind of go home, everyone go their separate ways again. The ones that are here have been great. So obviously, Tegan Graham's been fantastic. She was someone we were really bullish on in the off-season signing process. She's been fantastic. Someone we were really bullish on before we got her, and we're probably even more bullish on so now. Yamaya Morris obviously played for Sydney last year. We've been tracking her for about 2 years. For her, it's much more a case of us tweaking how she plays to fit inside our style. So we've obviously been known as a pace and space type team, and that's not what Maya is. Maya's much more the traditional big, and we've got her for that purpose of when we run into teams that just want to try and fight us and beat us up, we've got the equivalent piece to match them, but now it's just adapting how she plays to fit our style. Clearly, like, you take somewhat calculated risks when you bring someone in from the outside that you don't know a lot about. Obviously, we've done as much due diligence as we could, but obviously seeing them play in your jersey is a totally different story. And in fairness, also seeing the return of Amy Atwell. Obviously, last season she got injured at literally the last second before game one, and that pre-season that she had was every bit how she played that grand final series against Southside. She was that plus some. So we were ecstatic to see what she was going to be last year, and then she hurt herself literally 3 days before game one, and then played the whole season injured. So immediately got off-season surgery, has been rehabbing ever since. So that's probably the bigger one for everyone, is the return of Amy Atwell. Clearly, Annalie and Amy are stars. Ellie Wilson, like you saw what Ellie Wilson do last year, I don't think there's too much unknown from the general public with what those three are. I mean, clearly everyone's seen Gibertoni and Gorman come through the ranks. The fact there's one championship banner on the wall since 1901 or whatever it is, I think it's 1980 something. We haven't won in forever. So it's pretty easy to motivate them. You walk into every other venue and you see hundreds of championship banners. You walk into Bendigo and their whole wall is just full of championship banners. We've got one. So if they're not motivated by that, I don't know what would motivate them.
That's it for this episode of Under the Surface. We'll be back next month with more exclusive access and more insights into your Perth Lynx. Hey!